Well, hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Atri, my dear moments. And dinner is ready, and you know what that means. Atri actually made dinner. And you know what that means. I guess we'll see if her cooking skills have improved ever since joining the only club that has been created at the school. I sweep the assorted files littering the table onto the floor. I guess that's one way to clean off the table, but Atri brings over a set of plates. I don't even have to look at it to know exactly what it's going to be. I've been able to tell all along from the sweet smell wafting from the kitchen. And yet, now that I'm actually looking at what she's made firsthand, it's even more wonderful than I could have expected. Oh yeah, that actually looks edible to an extent. She's made a Hamburg steak with what sauce? Demi-glace sauce? I'm sorry guys, I'm not really cultured. And a steamed vegetable salad. This looks delicious. As someone without too much of an appetite, normally I can go entire days without eating if I'm concentrating on something else. That is very unhealthy, but with a dish like this in front of me, even I'm salivating. Can I really eat this? Well, okay, here goes. I eagerly cut out a piece of steak and pop it in my mouth. It's great. Yeah, it's as tasty as the ones I used to have in restaurants in the big city. You learned this in the cooking club? No, she learned it from the streets. That must have been hard for you to learn all of that. I feel the sincerity in her words. Robots can't lie after all. Even someone as untrusting as me can't really doubt her. It really is delicious, thank you. I'm surprised she just made something edible. It really must have been difficult for her to get this good. Compared to studying, she's pretty useless at anything this delicate. I wolfed down the wonderful plate in front of me, savoring every mouthful with the pride of a parent eating their child's first meal. Atri watches me with a broad smile the whole time. Where, can you wipe it off for me? Come on, can we not be the spoiled parent? She wipes it off with her finger and laps up the sauce. I turn away, my face tinged red. You brought that on yourself, buddy. Nothing in particular. Okay then, where do you want to go? That somewhere is suspiciously vague. For a robot to ask something like that, she'd have to have some particular objective in mind. Well, okay then. Atri giggles cutely. She fidgets bashfully, bouncing up and down on her heels. Well, I'm sure wherever we're going, it's not going to be too crazy. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of locations to go and visit. But either way, this is a little different. This is definitely showing a form of growth with Atri. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this in the intro. I didn't really do much of an intro, but the last couple episodes of this playthrough kind of got hit with some copyright issues. More so the last one. The 2 episodes ago definitely got cleared after a while, but was still kind of annoying. Now, the one in the last episode did not, even so. It's annoying, and I get it, you know. I don't really have a whole lot of rights when it comes to background music, and that's why it's turned down so much in this playthrough. Because I want everybody to be able to view this. I think Russia is the one country that gets cut out of the equation if any of the music is claimed. So I had to completely mute a section of the previous episode, and I had to like kind of mute where I could in another section of 2 episodes ago. If something like that does pop up again, and I'm not gonna try with with the claiming. Like, I'm not going to try and dispute the claims and all that. I'm just going to go back and edit. And so if you notice any, like, random mutes, that's what that is. So just a little heads up going forward. The next day, we wake up a little late. We make ourselves a light breakfast and go through our usual teeth-brushing routine. Before long, I'm ready to go out. Now I'm simply waiting for Atri to finish preparing our lunches. She happily closes the lunch boxes and smiles over at me. I really hope so. Last night's dinner was absolutely delicious. Just like we decided last night, we're about to head out to spend the day together. We have no clear destination in mind. All we've planned is that we're gonna have a relaxing day. Okay, let's get going. Oh man, we really are running out of days. Holy shit. We basically just have a little over 2 weeks here. That is scary, but also a clear indication of how close we are getting to the end of this this fun and chill journey. But I think I may have said it before, you know, all the calmness will eventually end. You know, the storm will brew, just who knows when. Atri trots over to the calendar and crosses off another day. 18 days left. Okay. I don't know, are we really going to end it all at the end of this month? As always, Atri holds my hand as we walk and kicks up her feet with each step, showing off her shoes. That little tuft of her hair bounces on the top of her head. Those shoes are starting to look pretty scruffy. Is that how that works? She says that with her voice full of pride. Although she might not look like just a cute girl, Atri's strong enough to break through a concrete floor with a pickaxe. Those shoes are probably being worn down faster than they normally would. Actually, it makes sense. Where should we go first? She pulls a piece of paper out of her dress pocket and starts looking over it. What are you reading? She hurriedly puts away that mysterious note. Fundamental activities of what? I don't have a clue what she means by that, but I may as well go along with her idea. On the weekends, the market is rather lively. There are even stalls open that aren't here during the week. We walk hand in hand through the crowds, perusing everyone's wares. Store owners call out to us, shouting, "Good morning, Professor, and you two are looking cute as always." I try to keep my conversations with people as short as possible, so I know very little about the lives of anyone here. They, however, seem to know all about us. A lot of the shouts are specifically for Atri. "You're so cute today, Atri. You're with the professor today," and so on. People seem surprised since she's been without me so much lately. You seem pretty popular around here. No, they just all think that you're cute. Wait, they all just think that you're cute. I completely said that out of order. That's a me mistake. Everyone at school likes you more than me, too. Atri gets along with everyone there, even the students that I hardly talk to apart from to teach them. And how conceited. It's nothing like... God damn it. He's selling sticks of fruit, mostly pineapple and melon, carved into cylinders and arranged on skewers. No, it's fine. I'll buy you one. Which one would you like? Are we, though? You don't have to put it that way, as accurate as it is. We've been making a decent amount from the salvage business lately, and you've been helping. It's only fair. Man, I cannot stand pineapple. It is just not a good taste whatsoever. Thanks. I want one for myself too, but I don't have enough hands to carry a fruit skewer and my walking stick while still holding Atri's hand. I suppose I'll just have to go without. Which, honestly, in my opinion, if you're on a date, as long as she's happy, all is okay. We set off with Atri happily chomping away at her stick of pineapple. Is that tasty? Watching her face twist as she chews the sour and sweet fruit, I can't help but smile warmly. Am I not always nice? Honesty is good. We exchange little jokes to hide our embarrassment. Well, we're on a date, aren't we? Atri didn't deny it when the store owner said so before. Quite the opposite, in fact. Oh yeah, use what you learned yesterday or whatever, right? This damn toaster. If this is a date, I guess I'll have to be even nicer than usual. Not that I've been on any dates before to know what to do. I always just wing it. I may not seem like it, but I've been on a few dates myself, gamers. You don't have to, believe me, but I'd appreciate it if you would. What I'm getting at is that I think in a date, you got to go with the flow. I think that's the biggest thing. Don't adhere to a strict schedule. Obviously have an idea of what to do, but just have a good time, and wing it. She holds the pineapple bar up to my mouth. Given how much shorter than me she is, I'd have to stoop just to bite it. It'd be embarrassing to have everyone see that, but everyone wants to see it. Who cares about that though? Am I really going to let this little slice of happiness escape just out of embarrassment? I have. I gird my loins, lean in, and take a bite. Oh, it really is tart. The powerful sourness makes my lips purse. It's still delicious though. After a moment, my mouth is filled with an overwhelming sweetness. It's surprising how happy a simple little thing like this can make you. Now that I think about it, every day since I arrived here, since I salvaged Atri, has been full of these trivial, inconsequential little moments of joy. We trade bites as we walk along until we reach the other side of the market. Should we go into a cafe or something? We did just eat that fruit though. Although we'd originally planned to just wander around without any kind of plan today, somehow the knowledge that this is a date has changed the atmosphere. I suddenly feel some kind of pressure to make this a good day. Gah, if I start panicking just because this is a date, what kind of man will she think I am? I don't know much about romance. Neither do I, trust me. But I've heard enough stories to know that girls don't like men who can't keep themselves together. Knowing that I guess that is kind of true, but knowing that I'm on a date with the girl I love for the very first time, even if she probably doesn't quite understand the situation, weighs heavily on my mind. I mean, it's a good, impression of what a date is, make sure it is a good time so that she leaves with that impression on this term, on this event. Staring nervously down into the ground, I'm hit by a sudden idea. I know. Let's go and look at some shoes. Are we gonna get her new ones? We make our way to one of the shoe stalls in the market that sell pairs a young girl might like. Okay, sorry, I thought that read weird, but nope, that was just me. And front racks are lined with sneakers, heels, and fancy leather shoes. Yeah, quite the variety. Normally I wouldn't even be paying attention to the women's shoes, but there really is a lot more variety to them in terms of color and design. To my undiscerning eyes, they all look like they would suit Atri, but I have no idea which ones would look best. Also, yeah, I have to consider, them fitting. Any of them would be fine, but none of them jump out at me. Yeah, that is true. We're not looking at them for me, they're for you. Your current ones are pretty much falling apart. I'm gonna buy you some new ones.
この靴で十分です。まだ履けます。それに、初めて夏希さんが私に買い与えてくれた靴です。大切にしてます。
Come on, don't be silly. Are there any that take your fancy? Atri earnestly examines the racks.
丈夫なもので動きやすく、濡れても平気なもの。そして安い。
I know the practicalities are important, but don't forget to take the design into account too. Pick some that will suit you.
私は夏希さんをサポートするロボットです。その足に似合うものとなると、やはり機能性の高いものが望ましいかと。
If you say so. I sigh. This is supposed to be a date. I just wanted to treat Atri like a normal girl, not a robot. I guess I shouldn't have gotten my hopes up. Atri takes some time appraising the shoes before finally picking out a pair. So you want those ones?
Hi.
Oh. Okay. They're a pair of sandals, with a wooden base with a slightly raised heel and a leather strap. I'd struggle to call these practical or functional. I ask without really thinking. Why did you choose these ones?
やっぱりいけなかったでしょうか。
No, I don't mean that. I think they'd really suit you. A stylish pair of sandals like these really would be a perfect fit on those delicate feet of hers.
この靴を履けば私の背が伸びるでしょ。そうしたら夏希さんに少し近づけるかなって。
Well, I hate to say it, but that is a really cute reason to go for them. Atri.
これは十分高い機能性と呼べるのではないかと。
Right, I'll buy you these as a present. You deserve it for how you're always helping me out.
それはダメです。
Why not? You do want them, don't you?
欲しいです。でもお高いです。ほら。
I peek at the price tag and let out a yelp like a strangled cat. How can some leather attached to a bit of wood be so expensive?
おしゃれさという機能は様々なものに付加価値を与えるようです。
Oh yeah, that is true. Still, it's okay, I can afford this now.
いけません。これを買ってしまったら夏希さんの家計がピンチです。夏希さんは貧乏なんですからね。
Atri has a good handle on our financial situation, given that she does the shopping every day. We've got a decent amount of savings piled up from our salvage jobs at the moment, but who knows how long the work will last. Okay, so how about I save up a little more and then buy them for you? I'm sure that these will definitely suit her, but maybe it's for the best that I don't buy them right now. Now that I've made a promise that I'll buy them one day, and I'll have to keep it.
行きましょうか。
Yeah. We leave the shoe stall, and for a while we simply wander around the market without buying anything. Everyone smiles as we walk by hand in hand. Well, at least we've got this village, town, whatever you want to call it, on our side. I'm starting to get hungry.
お弁当にしましょう。
I've been inwardly looking forward to this since I saw her making them. Where should we eat? Atri peeks underneath her dress at a piece of paper. What have you been looking at all day?
これは秘密です。
She hurriedly stuffs the paper further down into her pocket.
あっちに行きましょう。
She pulls me forcibly over in the direction that she points out. Off we go. Hopefully to a good spot, we leave the market and then the residential area as a whole. After a short walk, we find ourselves on the island's edge. Oh, a new place. She's led me to an old park atop a hill. Half of the area is submerged, but a part of the upper side of the slope still sticks out of the sea. On it are a bench and a few things for children to play on. I'm surprised that you know about a place like this. I've never even seen this park before, having been the kind of child who hardly left the house. Oh, this is a chill-ass spot. I like this little location here. I see her glance down at that piece of paper again. Ah, so Minamo.
みなももその一人です。
By which I assume she means the cooking club. Seems like they gave her some pretty good advice. And this park seems like it used to be a raised spot where you could get a good view of the sea. Now, you can see all the way to the horizon. The waves are lapping at the playthings that have been partially swallowed by the sea. It's a rather uncanny sight.
お弁当にしましょ
Yes, let's. I've really worked up an appetite on the way here. Atri sits on the bench and starts to take the lunchboxes out of her bag.
どうぞ。
Inside, I see Hamburg steak sandwiches, grilled meat squashed between 2 slices of toasted bread.
昨晩と同じ料理でごめんなさいです。まだハンバーグしか作り方を学習していないのです。
That's fine by me, when it's as delicious as your steaks are. Putting them in a sandwich is at least a new spin on it. That's enough for me. While there's some mayo and maybe throw some cheese on there or something, you know, just add a little bit more and it changes the whole thing. Gladly. And we're dying.
どうしました夏希さん。
It's nothing.
なんでもないはずないです。泣いてますよ。
Atri reaches out a hand to wipe away my tears. It's just so tasty that I got a little emotional and started choking.
ロボット愛画像分析。はあ、マスタードがこんなにたくさん。分量を間違えてしまいました。
It's fine, really. This just makes it more stimulating. Oh man, I went to... Where did I go? Was it Outback Steakhouse? Yeah, I think it was Outback Steakhouse. That place is fucking wild. But some of the things that they serve is pretty interesting. One time I just had a regular burger just because, and they like lathered a ridiculous amount of fucking mustard on it that like, if you just, you know, touch the bread, you would just be feeling mustard from the outside if you just like poke the bun or whatever. Terrible, terrible time. So I am no longer a fan of mustard. Keep it away from everything. I stuffed the sandwich into my mouth even as the spiciness makes my nose run. To be honest, even with that intense mustardy tang, it's still delicious.
せっかく夏希さんに喜んでもらおうと思ったのに。
Hey, but back on the Outback Steakhouse, their bloomin' onion is ridiculous. Atri pulls the remaining sandwiches apart and wipes off some of the mustard. Not everything has to be perfect, you know. I prefer them like this, if anything.
何を言ってるんですか？
Atri frowns at me with a disbelieving pout. It's like she's looking at a madman. I'm gonna have to convince her. It seems like you've put more soul into it this way.
私の心ですか？
Yeah. Whoa. Atri?
夏希さんは変わってますね。
Yeah, we're the strange person. I'm gonna choose to take that as a compliment. I chuckle. I'm getting more than used to these cute little misunderstandings. I'm not lying about these being tasty, by the way. Did you think that adding mustard would make it a little different to dinner last night?
すごい。どうしてわかるんですか？夏希さんはやっぱりお利口さんですね。私も食べていいですか？
Yeah, you should always enjoy the fruits of your own labor.
もがもが。ちょっぴり辛いけど美味しいです。これを私が作ったんですね。
Atri falls silent as she eats her way through the sandwich.
命名しました。私、このサンドイッチを夏希さんの奇跡と呼びます。
What, all of them? That might get a little confusing.
識別ナンバーを振り分ければ問題解決です。今回のは001としましょう。
Well, that's one solution. Not really what I would have gone for, but then again, I also don't name my foods. But that's just me. Though I will say, it is nice that we're seeing so much more humanity out of Atri. Obviously, she's still very much a robot. She's a humanoid person. She's not actually human, and she never will be. But the fact that she's doing so much to try and learn how it is for a human to think, and how they act and all that, it's really changing who she is. We spend an awfully long time simply sitting there, relaxing as we eat lunch and sip tea. Even so, there's still a lot of daylight left. I while away the time sitting on the bench reading a book. Instead of my usual engineering texts or academic papers, today I'm perusing a children's book Rika recommended to me. I have a little trouble following along with all the strange, crazy twists of fantasy novels like this, but it's surprisingly fun when I get used to it. All the while, Atri is amusing herself. What'd she get in the water? She got in the water, didn't she? For whatever reason.
ほら、夏希さん、冷たくって気持ちいいですよ。
She splashes through the water, submerging the lower half of the park, shoes in hand. The gentle waves glimmer in the afternoon sun, the spray framing her in sparkling light.
ねえねえ、夏希さんってば。
Yeah, yeah.
もう、えい。
Lovely. Atri kicks up a huge splash in my direction. Hey.
やーいやーい、ここまでおいでです。
You'll regret saying that. I throw off my shoes and rush over to her without even picking up my walking stick. This is a nice scene, though. I do like this. I don't know why, but it's just... I don't know. It's a relaxing type of CG, in my opinion. I scoop up a handful of water and throw it over her.
やりましたね。
But also, you know, this is such a sign that we are getting to a point where I do believe things are eventually not going to be so happy. I don't know when, and I don't know why.
変な顔です。
Damn it, you. But you know what? They're having fun now, and I guess being here and now in the moment,
夏希さんの
that's all that
攻撃パターン
matters.
はもう学習しましたよ。
Huh, you think so? You didn't count on that being a feint then, or just then though, did you? Ha, never underestimate the quick thinking of a human being. I mean, look at that smile, guys, come on. Come on now. The two of us frolic together in the waves like little children. I wonder to myself how it's possible for intelligent, cultured humans to get so lost in such silliness, as I'm getting lost in such silliness. I'm so engrossed in the frivolity that I completely forget that I'm thrashing around in the waves with a prosthetic leg and no walking stick. Whoa, and now we fall. So surprised that I suddenly find myself toppling down into the water.
夏希さん、
Oh, come on, it's not that deep. I scramble around under the surface, salty water filling my mouth.
止まってください。
Atri reaches out her hand and pulls me up. Ah, jeez.
大丈夫ですか、夏希さ
I'm fine. Thanks, Atri.
ん。いいえ、これが私の役目ですから。
I'm happy to have her here to pull me out of the ocean like this, but she's so close.
どうしました？顔が赤いですね。
I think I'm just a little tired from playing around like this.
夏希さん、子供みたいです。
And a bit of an old man. Smiling gently down at me, she helps me to stand. Water drips down my face. Coming back to my senses, I realize my cheeks are burning so hot that they may well be steaming. If Ryuji saw me playing around like this, I'd never hear the end of it. The thing is, I wouldn't be surprised if they were doing the old anime trope of having the fucking gang peeking around the corner, you know, like one on top of the other, like literally peeking around the corner. To be honest, I'm surprised myself that I have this kind of side. I'm always discovering new things about myself around Atri. That's called opening up. I wonder if Atri feels the same way. It does seem to me like she's changing too. Hey Atri, have you remembered anything else lately? We haven't really talked about her memories since she remembered meeting me as a child. It doesn't seem like we've made any major progress since then.
どうでしょう。
Huh? Atri suddenly turns her eyes to the faraway blue horizon. Maybe she has?
私と夏希さんが出会ったあの場所も、今は海の中なんですね。
That is correct. 100% true. Yeah. I can't even be sure where it was, but it would have been it would have long been swallowed up by the waves. It may well have been somewhere we could have seen from this park, but who is to know now?
あの時と今の夏希さん、随分と変わりましたね。
Excuse me, I was getting a drink of water. Well, a lot has happened to me since then. So many horrible things that left me utterly hopeless. But everything has changed now. I'm so happy now that I'm here with Minamo, and Ryuji, and Marika, and you, Atri.
夏希さん、
I want to say it. I want to tell her that I love her. But if she doesn't understand again, I feel like this spark of happiness that I hold in my hands might just burn out. I'm overcome with fear, and I say nothing.
今朝もカレンダーに印をつけました。
You did do that. Huh? Oh yeah. That calendar counting down the days until we part ways. But do we
カ
have
レン
to?
ダーの期限が来ても私をそばに置いてほしいです。
As you know, you should. 100%. This is an epic duo. Huh?
夏希さんが私にくれた気持ちの答えになっていますか？
Yeah, I'll say. Sorry, I was still getting some water. You know, got thirsty thinking about all the water that they were playing in, you know? This, water is good for you, except for whenever it, you know, creates the end times. Wait, so that's your answer to me telling you that I love you? She nods.
学習しました。
I pull her in close, stroking her hair as I hold her tightly to me. You guys ever watch Plastic Memories? Yeah. I want you to stay with me forever.
夏希さんがそれを望まれるなら。
Of course it's what I want. Atri wraps her arms around me in return.
恋人って言うんですよね、私たちのこと。たくさん学習したから知ってます。倫理規定に抵触しますが。
Whatever. Who cares about that?
夏希さん、好きです。
There was an episode of Futurama on that. Sorry, I kind of ruined the moment with bringing that up, but I want to just turn around and scream into the great blue yonder. This is the happiest moment of my life. Everything is going the fuck downhill after this, man. It's going downhill. Not that I want it to. I would love it if the rest of this visual novel was just a really happy time and, you know, we just learn more about these characters and, you know, that was all there was to it. Maybe they saved the town or something. I don't know. It would be cool if it was just happy shit all the way to the end. Would it make it a really good story? Probably not, but it would make me happy. It's morning again. A morning that feels almost like the dawn of an entirely new age. Yawning, I stretch and look to my side.
シュッピー。
Atri is happily snoozing away next to me.
夏希さんのアホ、わからずよ。
I'm surprised her sleep talking or whatever it is doesn't wake him up in the middle of the night, because that is, like, very common. Jeez, she's even having an argument with me in her sleep. We're officially boyfriend and girlfriend now. Yeah, I guess so. Holy shit. I guess they've moved to that step. The previous night...
今日も抱っこしないんですか？
That was just to cure my phantom pain, and thanks to you, I don't have to worry about that anymore.
そんなの関係なく抱っこして寝たらいいじゃないですか。好き同士は磁石みたいにくっつくんですよ。夏希さんはもう大きいのにそんなことも知らないんですか？
I think in a way she actually does have a point.
そうしましょうよ。
She clings onto my chest, shaking me like a spoiled child. Sorry, but no. What a great way to start a relationship. I throw myself under the covers, falling asleep as fast as I can, alone. And yet she's there with us. Atri was less than satisfied with that. She tried all manner of tricks throughout the night to try and worm her way into my sanctuary of solitude. I do really want to hug her. To be honest, the desire is utterly overwhelming. But, well, now that we both know how we feel about each other, sleeping like that might lead to things getting a little spicy. So, you know what, guys? I gotta ask the big question here. You know, the elephant in the room, if you will. So we've all played Nier Automata, right? Like, I know that was also kind of a question in that series as well. You know what? I'll just kind of sum it into one word. It'll be a one-word question. How? Plus, it's just embarrassing. Maybe I could just cuddle her a little now, though. She doesn't seem to be waking up. But she will. I hesitantly try to hug the sleeping Atri. She twitches. I instantly jerk back, but it doesn't seem like I woke her. What on earth am I doing? What kind of boyfriend tries to mess around with his girlfriend in her sleep? The weird ones. Shaking my head, I let go of her. She really isn't waking up, though. She's been even less of a morning person lately. I gently shake her. Wake up, Atri, we're gonna be late. Sighing, I jostle her shoulder roughly. Come on, damn it. If you don't wake up, we're going without breakfast today. That looks like it got her to reboot. Typical. She might not need the nutrition, but she never misses the chance for food. Clinging onto my arm, she awkwardly starts to pull herself upright. You know, I really hope that this is just her, goofy self, just being unable to wake up really well in the mornings and not actually something that's affecting her. And now I do truly fear that the end of the month may signify a little bit more than I realized at first. It seems like you're getting even worse at waking up lately. You think I'm just gonna let you laze around here just because you say things like that? You're still annoying even if you are my girlfriend. I gently hug her against me. It's just not fair, you being this cute. She wraps her arms around me and snuggles up against my chest. She strokes my hair, such a soft and gentle sensation that for a moment I'm completely enraptured. I know. Just give me another 30 seconds. Hey, it happens. She counts down 30 seconds with atomic clock grade precision before letting go of me. We quickly eat breakfast and get ready to leave. You'll be having gym class today, so make sure you've got what you need. Why does she need fucking gym class? Just before we leave the ship, Atri marks off another day on the calendar. I think for a moment about how unnecessary that is now, but I don't tell her that. I don't know. I feel like there's something else to that final day on that calendar, more so than ever. Now that we're not thinking about, okay, these two don't have to be together, like they're going to continue to be together, she's not going to leave, he's not going to sell her off or whatever. What is that final day now? As a robot, it might just be a subroutine in her programming that she feels the need to follow. I don't know. We all have habits that we all feel the need to do something here and there, even if it's, a little, ridiculous or unnecessary. Gym class today is in the morning. How exactly are we going to do exercise in a half-submerged school, you may be wondering? I actually wasn't. I just think gym is a little pointless right now, but given how few students we have, we could probably use the roof for a lot of things. Catherine apparently does some morning exercises with the younger children up there. Well, that's not the case today, though. That's not really what I was... Okay. Goddamn. Okay, I'm back on Team Catherine all of a sudden. The little ones rush out of the classroom, followed by the middle school and high school kids, Everyone is wearing swimsuits. We don't have any school-issue swimsuits, so everyone is wearing whatever they have to hand. We also don't have a pool, but that's not really a problem when the school is half swallowed by the sea. Why the fuck? At the end of the day, it's anime, right? It's just another visual novel. God damn, Ryuji, you got some fucking... God damn, you're shredded, bro. Like, god damn, alright. The fucking anime gods gave you your wish come true or something here. Wow. As long as the water's shallow enough, then I can touch the bottom, or that I can touch the bottom, I'm fine. We aren't just going to be playing around, though. That would be far too dangerous here. We decide that the safest place to swim would probably be where a huge section of the school's outer wall has fallen over in one piece. We string out some volleyball nets that we salvage from the sunken gym to form a boundary and start our swimming class. God damn it, I'm over here fucking complimenting Ryuji and then Minamo's the one that gets a compliment from a character.
私のカタログスペックによると30メートルまで潜水可能です。
違うわよ。潜るんじゃなくて泳ぐの。潜水とか子供らが真似するからやめてよね。
泳ぐ。
Atri suddenly looks uneasy, glancing over at me for help.
私、泳げません。私のボディにはキャサリン先生や水面のような無駄な脂肪がついていませんので。
分かってないわね。色気ってのは無駄から生まれるのよ。
Honestly, I'll have to take Catherine's word for it on this one. I'll just agree with her. More so than ever, but Catherine squeezes her arms together on either side of her chest, flaunting that excess rather powerfully.
みなもちゃんもあれできる？
あ、見たい。
Is this really necessary? I suddenly find myself staring very hard at Minamo for some reason. Yeah, some reason. Minamo crosses her arms and pushes her breasts up, their softness jiggling quite enticingly.
みなもちゃんやっぱすげえ。
まだまだお子ちゃまね。
Wow, swim class is just so great. Just fantastic all around. Atri starts pushing me away from Minamo like a tiny bulldozer. Stop that.
なんとなく不愉快なので、夏希さんの浮気性。
Hey, I didn't do anything.
どうせ私には無駄な脂肪がありませんよ。
She walks off, pouting and grumbling. And so our swimming class gets off to an inauspicious start. We split up into the elementary, middle, and high schoolers. Atri, not being able to swim, is stuck with the little kids.
泳げません。というか、浮きません。あとリン、これ貸してあげる。何ですかこれは？浮き輪だ。持ってきたけど授業じゃ使っちゃダメって言われたんだ。
Atri pops the ring around her waist.
ちょうど浮きます。いい感じですよ、リリカ。よかったな。一緒にバタ足で泳ごう。はいです。
The two line up side by side and start flapping their legs. Huh. Looks like they're getting along fine over there. Yeah. I'll be fine. I'm not going to swim anyway. Naturally, I've taken the prosthetic off to get in the pool. There are people who can swim with one leg, but I'm not among them. I've been avoiding going into pools or the sea outside of my sub since the day I lost my leg. I'd always thought of swimming as a completely pointless thing to learn in my situation. I never thought I'd end up being forced into doing this in a class, though.
Salvaged やってんだし、船で生活してるんだ。泳げないとまずいだろ。
When did you suddenly start saying things that are sensible? I have to be fair, almost drowned, there we go, from slipping off the sub trying to save Atri, and ended up being the one who needed saving.
夏くん、難しくないよ。私が教えてあげる。
俺も手伝ってやんよ。
Why do you two look like you're enjoying this so much?
いや、夏みてえな完璧そうなやつにも弱点があると思うとな。
夏くんの力になれるのが嬉しいんだよ。
Whatever. Okay, let's do this. As shameful as it is to have my weakness exposed like this, as I'm essentially the teacher for the other high school kids, I can't exactly turn down learning something. What kind of example would that set? Yeah.
まずは水に顔をつけてみようか。
Don't make fun of me. I can already do that much at least.
じゃあ顔をつけたまま足を離して浮かんでみよう。
Isn't that a little bit of a step up?
いや、めっちゃ低いだろ。俺たちが見ててやっから。
Yeah, honestly, this is a trust game. We got this. I dip my head into the water and lift my foot from the bottom. My body floats quite easily. There we go, easy.
上手だよ、夏くん。
Just as I'm basking in her praise, a little wave suddenly splashes against my side. Oh, that's enough to freak us out, isn't it? It knocks me off balance. I instinctively reach out for whatever's close to me and pull myself toward it. Uh-oh. Oh, of course. You know, the anime gods, they did not grant us quite the same wish, I think, as they did for Ryuji. Ryuji, with his smoking bod, I would, very ripped and all, very muscular. Natsuki, Nope, anime tropes, baby. That was close. I thought I was gonna die. I knew the sea was too dangerous for me.
そうだね。
Huh? What's this odd sensation? Bro, your fucking face is in like a pair of titties. What the fuck are you talking about? My face feels like it's squished against something soft and jiggly. Wait, is this? Man, this really puts things into a crazy perspective. So the thing I grabbed was Minamo. And the place I chose to rest my head while I got my breath back was her chest. I'm sorry, Minamo.
ううん、平気だよ。
I'll just... Whoa! God fucking damn it, it's just getting worse, isn't it? I try to put my foot down, but the bottom isn't where I expect it to be. It simply flaps in the water, and another wave rushes against my side as I flail. I instinctively grab both of Minamo again, or grab hold of Minamo again, and squish my face into her cleavage. I'm really sorry.
ううん、夏くんこそ大丈夫？慌てなくていいから。
Why is she just okay with this shit happening, man? That should not be the case, ever. I'm fine. I was afraid I'd taken my last breath for a moment, but still.
それって水面の胸に溺れそうって意味？
It's the way to go sometimes, guys. It really fucking is. No, I just thought I was gonna drown.
いいぞ夏その調子だ
Yeah, I was waiting for Ryuji's reaction, whatever the fuck it was gonna be. Don't just laugh at me, help.
いいのかせっかくのハプニングなのに
I knew I should have stayed out of the water. Trapped in this marshmallow hell, counting my regrets.
ダブル魚雷パンチ！
That's aimed at us, isn't it? Another one suddenly gets added. Something rushes along the surface of the water like a missile and rams into my side, sending me flying. I bounce off of the volleyball nets and land in someone's arms. It's fucking Catherine, isn't it?
何をなさってるのですか、夏希さん？
Atri. The missile was actually Atri, shooting across the water in the world's fastest doggy paddle. She holds me up out of the water, staring at me furiously. Something wrong, my love?
夏希さんのバカ！
Anime tropes be damned, now we drown. She hurls me across the pool and I crash into the water with an enormous splash. As I start to sink into the inky depths of the sea, I'm given ample time to think about my situation. Specifically, this is exactly the kind of situation I need to learn to swim for, isn't it? No, but you do have the anime protagonist curse, in a way. I make a solemn oath in my heart to try my hardest in this class from now on. What a wild fucking day this has been.
大丈夫？夏くん。
Barely. I almost died again.
です。
Atri has been clinging to me ever since the incident in the pool, pouting and scowling. Atri, it was just a misunderstanding. I didn't mean to...
おい、もしかしてアトリちゃんと夏くん。
Yes, we've officially started dating.
そうなんだ。おめでとう。ごめんね、アトリちゃん。そうとは知らなかったから。水面は何も悪くありません。脂肪の塊を見せびらかしただけですから。
I mean, she did do that, a little unnecessarily so.
悪いのは夏希さんです。
I'm sorry. I admit complete and unmitigated liability.
許してあげません。
なんだなんだすっかり尻に敷かれちまって女ってやっぱ化けるな
そうだね。
Before long, the entire school is aware of our relationship. So, I'm assuming there's like routes to this, right? We've only had one choice so far in this visual novel, and that was to convince Atri to be with us instead of going with Catherine. But then the other option, the one I didn't choose, was, yeah, just go with her, you know? Just stick with her, you know? Instead of trying to say like, yeah, you can be with us or whatever. I mean, she'll do the same thing either way, I'm pretty sure, because she said, no, I'll go with Catherine or whatever. But I think by that one choice, that could have been the decision maker, because that's been the only choice so far, I'm pretty sure. The school day comes to a close.
き者の夏希さん。
God damn it. Could you stop calling me that?
今日は部活動の日ですので、先にお帰りください。
I've never known her to be this cold. I'll wait here until you're done, and we'll go home together.
ちゃんと反省しましたか？
I have indeed.
もう浮気はしませんか？
Of course, that wasn't even cheating. That was just a curse
甘
that
くて美味しいものを買ってくれますか？
just may have, you know? You never know. Absolutely. A pineapple bar, some chocolate, anything you want.
しょうがないですね。許してあげます。
Thank you, Atri. Well, that was easy. I decide to carry out a little maintenance on the turbine while I wait for her. We've improved it quite a lot recently, and it's rapidly becoming more and more efficient. If we create lanes to guide the flow, it should speed up the water in the whirlpool and increase the rate the turbine spins at.
あら坊や、上機嫌ね。
Catherine peeks her head around the corner. Huh? Well, it's not like I'm in a particularly good mood or anything. I'm definitely happier than I was earlier, but I wouldn't say that I look particularly different from usual, at least on the surface.
鼻歌歌ってたわよ。
I was completely unconscious. I suppose I am a little happier about making up with Atri than I thought.
完璧そうに見えて、案外抜けてるのよね、あんた。そこが可愛いんだけど。この発電機助かってるわ。PC を動かせるおかげで授業の幅が広がってるし、生徒たちの誇りにもなって
How
る
much
みた
fucking
い。
power are we generating off this thing? To run a whole ass computer now? Really, they're proud of it.
人は何か一つでも誇れるものがあると前向きになれるでしょ。
We've brought one building's worth of brightness to this lightless town. It doesn't sound like much, but it's had a bigger effect than I could have ever imagined. I've had people coming up to me saying that I've brightened up the whole town. I suppose it's the kind of pride that Catherine is talking about.
おかげで生徒も増えてきたし、来週からまた2人来るから。
Damn, the school do be growing, Jesus. You must be getting busy. Are you sure that you're all right on your own? Can't we try and get another teacher?
無理ね。こんな学校に来たがる先生なんていないわ。いても教育委員会の偉いさんに止められるし。
The government has been putting pressure on countryside towns like this to evacuate to the bigger cities. I suppose they don't want to look like they're getting stricken areas die by not sending any aid.
でも、現にここには学びたいっていう生徒がいるし、住民の暮らしがある。
I mean, it's quieter, so I mean, there's also that.
生徒が一人でもいる限り、私は教師を続けるわ。
You've changed a lot, you know. I can't imagine you as a debt collector anymore.
リリカよ。あんな子がいたらやる気にもなるでしょ。
I can see that. That girl's got a bright future ahead of her. Since Catherine overhauled the classes here, Rurika has only become more hungry to learn. Her grades have been going through the roof.
夜明かりが灯るようになったおかげで、毎晩遅くまで本を読んでるわ。
You know, I guess if you're in the end times and there's really not a whole lot of other shit to do, then yeah, why not learn? Why not, you know, just pick up as much knowledge as you can? Just read. I love to read. I just don't have the time for it. Or the motivation. I'm constantly distracted. Yeah, I know. When I get to school, she runs up to me holding a book and asks me all kinds of things about it. From the moment I arrive to the moment class starts, she fires question after question at me.
でもあの子は、うちの生徒の中でも、最も支援が必要な子でもあるわ。
She doesn't have any parents or even a home. According to Minamo, she used to live in an orphanage, but she ran away. And as energetic and positive a girl as she is, under the surface, there must be a lot of pain.
私はあの子をアカデミーに入れたい。そのためにあんたの力も借りたいの。
Getting into a school like that doesn't mean that she'll be happy there.
幸せよ。決まってるじゃない。
Think it would be best if she decided her own future. We just have to help give her as many options as possible. I agree with that, actually. You know, I definitely went to school and did my thing. I didn't go to anywhere prestigious or whatever, but was I happy going to school? Fuck no. But I thought that that was like my only way to be able to obtain anything. I mean, I obtained my piece of paper, and it makes me look a little better, but at the end of the day, I don't know. There's a whole lot of other stuff that you can do, a lot of directions you can go in. I think the big thing And even with my piece of paper, you know, no changing the past now. Just keep the doors open and keep opening more for yourself. I have to admit, I'm surprised by her determination. I really don't know what happens or happiness looks like for Rurika. For me, I'm so much happier now than when I was studying for my life back at the academy. Sometimes it's the simpler things, you know?
アトリとうまくいってるようね。
Why are you asking me that?
別に。ただ、私のアシストも効果があったみたいだから。
I'm really grateful.
あら、素直じゃない。いいと思うわよ、最近のあんた。以前に比べて丸くなったっていうか。
And I prefer you as a teacher rather than trying to kill us. Right. She pats me on the shoulder and walks away. I mean, that's the intention.
告白成功したんだね。
Oh, hell yeah, it did. It was actually, that was a really nice scene. That whole moment there was really nice. And with that, we will wrap things up. That was our 12th episode. We're really getting there. I don't know how much more of this we've got going on, but I know for a fact if this story... I know this story is a good one. This whole visual novel is a good one from people that have played it. I've heard great things. So for a good story, it can't just be all happiness and butterflies. There has to be the complications. There has to be a climax of some sort that leads to a grand conclusion of some sort, and everything is resolved in some sort of way. And probably in a way that's going to make me cry. So I know for a fact things aren't going to be all happiness and butterflies. There's just no way. It'd be cool if it was. That'd make me a lot happier. But for the sake of a good story, something is bound to come up. We're going to have something come up here, and these peaceful days will unfortunately end. But what specifically is coming up, I have absolutely no idea. So we'll just continue to grind along, and we'll see what happens as we make our way to the eventual end of this lovely story. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.